Guys, welcome to Black Scout Live. Thanks for tuning in. So, I want to start off with something very crazy. This is in my state. This is happening. I've known about this forever, and I was stationed down there in Beaufort for a little bit, and so down in the Low Country, you hear stories about this. But South Carolina lab monkeys, human research since the 1800s. Well, these guys have escaped. Beaufort residents were issued a urgent alert that more than 40 rhesus macaque monkeys escaped from the Alpha Genesis research facility in Yemassee late Wednesday. The young primates are reportedly between 6 and 7 pounds, broke free from their enclosures, prompting a full-scale response from local law enforcement. Absolutely incredible. Why are we even doing this sort of stuff? And happening the day after the election. I've seen a movie about this. Apes Together Strong. They said, we want to assure the community there's no health risk associated with these animals. Sure. They test deadly stuff on these bad boys. Okay. And the fact of the matter, they were able to escape. And again, right after the election is truly unbelievable. Now, have you guys heard the FBI apparently saved the day because they stopped another attempt on Trump? Said 3 people have been charged in this Iranian assassination plot. Now, even Trump has talked about this whenever he was going on the podcast circuit prior to election, that Iran had, hits out on him. They had another guy from Iran arrested a while back. So there's been at least 2 or 3 we know of that's supposedly been Iran backed. Now these guys are 1 Iranian American activist, 2 Jewish Americans living in New York, according to a criminal complaint unsealed Friday in New York. Now, don't you think it's odd they're talking about this now? It's very silent, quiet as of late. Trump winning the election, they're calling him fascist, Hitler, and all this stuff. And pretty much everybody's quiet. Do you not find this odd? Like maybe there's another ace up their sleeve or something, like they're holding on to doing something. I've got an uneasy feeling. I don't know about you, but I just feel like this went too smooth. And we talked quite a bit about their plans. Look at this map here. What they were trying to do is state Harris 1 versus ID requirement. So if you're wondering why the Democrats were fighting so hard against voter ID laws, want to know more, look at non-photo ID is all the places that Harris won. No photo ID required. So that was the plan. Now, we know that that's going to stop, obviously. Has to. We have to have strong election laws. This goes back into 2020, the things they pulled, and obviously it was they were trying to do it now. Obviously it was a little bit more difficult, or they didn't have the time. Maybe they thought they were going to have a landslide victory just on calling Trump all kinds of bad names alone, and forget about the economy, forget about the mass immigration problem, forget about the child indoctrination. They thought we were going to forget about all these things. Possibly. I don't know. Now, I want you to check out this story. This is the top story of tonight. FEMA horrified after confirming workers were directed to avoid homes that had Trump signs ravaged in the Florida community. This lady here, FEMA official, government employee, FEMA official, Marnie Washington, allegedly ordered her staff to avoid assisting homes with Trump flags in their yards following the aftermath of a recent hurricane in Florida. She warned them to suffer for their support for Donald Trump. To suffer for their support of Donald Trump. Check it out here. Implement best practices. Not one goes anywhere alone. Not one How about no one? Anyway, avoid homes advertising Trump, practice de-escalation and preventive measures, communicate and follow the rules, bring a towel with you tomorrow to the field, frequent breaks and drink water, avoid high salt diets and coffee, coconut waters, fast way to replenish. Anyway, so she apparently conveyed this message both verbally and through a Microsoft Teams chat to relief workers. So the verbal was that she was telling them that they can suffer for their support of Donald Trump. Unbelievable. The government, no one's coming to save you. These folks are radical, and it's kind of like how I've talked about for years. They get themselves within positions of the government. The government is full of these positions. That's why Donald Trump talks about the deep state all the time, as well as a lot of other people. You and I both talk about it as well. But it's smothered with these evil individuals. People just got hammered by a hurricane, and she's saying not to help them. Now, Donald Trump just delivered a few video remarks. I'm sure you've probably seen it. And in the videos, he talks about how he's going to destroy the deep state. He talks about things like term limits, oversight committees for three-letter agencies, transparency within the government, all these sort of things, mass deportations. And he has all these plans in place. Again, why I'm saying it's so silent. And he's basically saying he's going to dismantle everything they've spent, 60, 70 years building. He's going to dismantle it all. I don't foresee them going quietly in the night. Now, it's crazy to me because you look at the general public, and it's a great day to be excited. Donald Trump won. However, people are they've taken their hands off the wheel, like, all right, the savior's here. We're good. It's not that way. It's not going to be that way. That's why I've been talking about this junk for years, man. People always look for somebody to come help them and save them. No one's coming to save you. Just because Donald Trump got elected, it's only going to get worse. I can assure you. They're going to come harder, and it's going to be more difficult. But most Americans, they're just, we're good. Give me a soy latte. I'll drink one too. That's where we're at. You look at it. You look around on social media, and that's what it is. People are just like, oh, it's all good. I don't foresee that, because they should be frightened to the core for the things he said. He even said tonight that he will not be asking Nikki Haley or Mike Pompeo back, right? Mike Pompeo is an evil snake, a horrible individual. He is the one, because Donald Trump was talking about releasing the JFK files the first time, and he didn't because Mike Pompeo told him not to, because Mike knows what's in that. It's going to show that the CIA took out JFK as well as Martin Luther King Jr., and a whole host of other corruption within the government. The thing is, that alone would be enough for them not to allow Donald Trump to get in. He's talking about releasing the Epstein list, which is gazillions of people that are very wealthy, very powerful that's on there. The Diddy list. He's talking about all these things. And he's talking about prosecuting people in big tech that have stopped free speech, disinformation campaigns, and such. So we got someone talking about Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is also trying to pull some bull this coming week with a leadership election, essentially in the Senate, to try to undermine Trump before he even gets in. Trump's not in yet. That's what's mind blowing to me, these Americans. And this is why I understand why we've lost so long. I understand, because Americans don't want to fight. They just, savior's here. We're done. We'll see. You'll catch me next week, whenever it's probably not going to go the way you're assuming it to go. But he's got a lot of great plans. Now, will he pardon Hunter Biden? That's going to be a big question. He's already said he may do it. Why would he do that? Why would he pardon Hunter Biden? Give me a good reason why Donald Trump should pardon Hunter Biden. He said it. He said in an interview. And tell me in the comments why you think it would be a good reason for him to do it, because I see no good reason in that. I expect to see. He said he would prosecute Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was never put in jail. She's got plenty of Americans killed, Benghazi, and we will see. We will see. But there has been some good. Someone saying he's actually going to do that. He said he may just pardon Hunter Biden. He said that because Joe Biden said he will not be doing that. I don't know if you saw Joe Biden today. He was actually very excited Donald Trump won. It was funny because Joe Biden, there was a coup that happened, and he's pissed off, and he's happy that Kamala got demolished, not even a fighting chance. But some good things have happened already since Donald Trump is been elected. One is that first female chief of staff appointed. I guess if that's a good thing for you, that's in a notable comments. Eric Adams has said he's going to stop giving debit cards to illegals. Eric Adams has turned out to be an ally of Trump because they targeted him after his complaints about the Biden and Harris administration for sending illegals there. So he's cutting their debit cards off immediately. U.S. companies are planning to bring production home to America. Stock market is hitting. Bitcoin is hitting. Bitcoin tanked, if you recall, a while back. It's hitting again. The newest migrant caravan that was on the way here from Mexico said they're not coming now. Qatar agrees to evict Hamas leaders. Hamas wants an immediate end to the war. Iran's done. They don't want any more problems. China said they want a peaceful coexistence. Said the Russia's ready to speak with the U.S. EU wants to buy U.S. gas, not Russian gas. Putin says he will sell Russian oil in U.S. dollars. Zelensky and talked with Trump and Elon and told him the war was going to be finished and that Zelensky will receive no more aid going forward. Someone's saying that the stock market may crash before January 20th. It's possible. Man, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm in a twilight zone. I mean, we were going off the rails and then all of a sudden everybody's cool with it. I mean, you've got people crying on TikTok. I mean, you got people yelling at people in fast food restaurants. The View's complaining. But all the people in leadership positions are just cool. Do y'all really believe that? I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Why would they go so quietly into the night? I mean, they sent FBI to Mar-a-Lago. Assassination attempts from guys with multiple cell phones that apparently the FBI can't crack. Indictments, felony charges, impeachment. And now they're just cool? Nah. Ain't no way, dog. There's no way. Not going to buy it. They're trying to keep you calm because there's always a calm before the storm. Jamie Raskins, all of a sudden he's quiet. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's too quiet. And how far they strayed America in just a short amount of time. And if you recall, they did it before the election in 2019. Now, if Trump comes in if he's able to get in, and he comes in very decisively, quickly with these actions, one is big tech, 100%, man. Freedom of speech. Why did the forefathers put it first? Elon Musk knows it. It is the most important thing. It can change the whole outcome of everything. Countries with dictators, the first thing they do is propaganda campaigns. They cut free speech. Some countries now, you will be killed if you say something against the regime. So it is the most important thing. That's why forefathers put it first and not guns. They didn't put firearms first. They put freedom of speech. Whenever you look back in the forefathers, what they were dealing with, freedom of speech was one of their biggest things because they could not speak freely. And if you look at how Trump was able to go around it, and they're giving Barron Trump a lot of credit for this. But I said this a while back. If you didn't watch the video, but I said Trump was doing the right thing because what he was doing is he was going on podcasts. I said this. He was hitting influencers, and I told you guys influencers were bigger than Hollywood. They are. People view, and I heard this years ago because I was at a convention one time. There's a guy that was on a TV show beside me in a booth, and more people were coming to me. This was in the survival genre. So, and I was wondering why. Like, this guy's on television, and I have my little bouts on television. It's just not my thing. But more guys were coming to me than this guy, and I was wondering why. And then my buddy said it's because people see you more, and you're real. You're not pretending to be somebody. So actors pretend to be somebody on shows, whereas you're a real person they see on a consistent basis. So they develop more of a relationship with you. And so that was the way Trump went. Now, if you saw, especially like in what they call the manosphere of social media, these young guys that are very influential, Nelk Boys for one, the creators of Happy Dad, these guys were one of the first people that jumped on board backing Trump. Steve will do it. I don't know if you know these guys' names, but they're the creators of Happy Dad, the seltzer stuff. And they had Trump on, and I think they got their episode removed by YouTube because they're such influential people. They were one of the biggest YouTube guys at the time. And they were friends with Dana White. So that's how the connection happened there. And then you got the young guy like Aiden Ross, and you got these various other YouTubers and podcasters that had Trump on. And what that did was circumvent mainstream media. Mainstream or legacy media has held the reins for so long. That's why I've said for eons now that social media is the most important thing. And that's what you should always back people you agree with. The more power you can give their voice, the more strength it has in the movement. And a lot of these guys did great things, especially even Joe Rogan bringing Trump on, and then Kamala not wanting to go on. That was a lot of people, whether you like the man or not. Joe Rogan is the number one podcaster in the world. And a lot of people say, no, it's Tucker. He's the number one podcast, maybe not the number one podcast on YouTube, but he is the number one podcaster in general, right? And you see these guys that actually take a stand, because a lot of people wouldn't. Joe Rogan previously said he'd never have Donald Trump on. So you see these guys. The world has changed, and it's because of the connectivity of this bad boy here, good and bad. It's got a lot of negativity to it too, man. But the benefit is folks can jump on, talk to people, get a message out, and bigger than that, like you guys in the chat right now, getting people together that are on the same side. So, because the biggest thing is feeling like you're not alone, right? You may be alone watching this right now. I'm alone watching, talking to this camera. But when you see this amount of unity, you're not alone. And the same ideology and principles you have, those folks have too. And that's how it builds. It builds a movement. And a lot of people are doing it, and it's a good thing. And I've always said, because a lot of people say, why do you use YouTube? Well, YouTube is good and bad, just like everything else in the world. Everything else in the world, really. The fact of the matter is that I said this years ago, is use the enemy's weapons against themselves. I mean, we're talking Sun Tzu, guys. Sun Tzu. We're using Sun Tzu shit here. Like, I'm going to use the enemy's weapons against themselves. Someone said, oh man, I'm so mad they had a Kamala commercial before your video. I don't care. Let her pay me to talk trash about her. You know what I'm saying? Use it. I'm not buying in their propaganda. You're not either. And so that's why, to me, it's one of the biggest things. And hopefully, I saw the video, and some guy sent it. Let me give him a shout out, man, because he sent me a nice message. It was actually very touching. It's always good to hear from you guys, by the way. I always appreciate it. What's his name? Matt Segai. I think that's how you say his name. Matt sent me the video, man. And he says he's been watching me for 4+ years, watch every video. And he sent me the thing about Donald Trump, saying he's going after these people, man. And I even, I'm going to email YouTube, because my latest video, the latest 2 videos, the instructional ones I did on the Friday. So yesterday, the night vision video, and the video the week before, the budget Civil War kit. And go watch those videos for me if you don't mind, to help me fight through the algorithm. They're good. I spent a lot of time making them. But they hit those videos, and they're trying to say, because it's dealing with weapons. That's not against the law. What the frick are you talking about? So I'm going to email those people on Monday. I'm going to say, hey, I want the name of the individual, because this actually, I had it taken all the way up to the upper echelon of YouTube, and they were very nasty and said they weren't going to. My YouTube partner over there at YouTube partner manager, she had been fighting for it because she said, dude, you did nothing wrong in these videos. So I'm going to say, I want that name, because I'm going to give that name because Don Jr. follows me. I'm going to send that name. I'm going to say, hey, I want to know this. I want you to look into this guy. Get your daddy to get FBI on this guy, because he's going to use the DOJ against these people whenever he recreates the DOJ. I want that guy's name, who said that I was breaking some kind of these people. The reason why is they don't want you prepared. They want you dumb, weak, out of shape. They don't want you to be a resistance. And matter of fact, part of what I even think the quiet, the silence right now is to make you weak. I'll just back off, man. I can go back to eating donuts, right? Donuts are good, but I can eat a lot of donuts. I don't, but that's like my favorite thing to eat if I'm going to eat something bad. But don't take your hands off the wheels, guys. I don't foresee it getting any better. Right. Somebody said, Frankie, fight. That's right. Don't let the joy of the moment make you lose that these people are evil, man. And they're not just going to give up. Think about all the work they put in since JFK, man. You think they're just going to give up that easily? I don't believe it. Before I forget, guys, make sure you go get these new Culpeper Minuteman shirts, man. I brought these back. I've had them back for like a week. A lot of people have bought them. I just forgot to mention it. Sorry. We've had a lot of other things going on in the world. So usually I always try to give you guys up and up on new product. Sorry. There's still some left though, so don't worry about that. Culpeper Minuteman shirt. We brought it back. It's kind of got like an olive drab color on the black there. And also we had the Office of Strategic Services was before the CIA, they had something called a lapel dagger. And so we created these lapel daggers. You can sew them into clothing, and basically it's a last ditch weapon. That's what the OSS designed it for. The old school spies, World War II. And it's like a last ditch to break contact. So it's a thumb knife, right? Has the Black Scout logo there too. It's a thumb knife, made in America, by the way. And so you can grab this. I put a lanyard on my personal one, and that way you can hit and break contact if you need be. And we also have some escape bracelets with handcuff keys, the advanced security handcuff keys on the website as well. There's this elastic bracelet, and it has a tungsten carbide striker, and you can shatter a glass with it. Very easy. Those are all that stuff's on the website along with the shirt. So make sure you go pick some up. Text Marine says, Simplify, buddy. Left is mad because daddy's home. That's right. They are mad. Have you guys seen the outrage videos? I even had some, and I was going to play them, man, but it's almost like too much. John, thank you. Tim, thank you. And John, you're right. They're pure evil. Normal isn't coming back. Jesus says Trump is not the only one to trust DC. That's right. That's right. Thanks, buddy. Bacala, Frosty, strapped and dangerous. Got a new memo here. Ammo hoarder. Great name. Great name, buddy. Complacency is our enemy now. You're right, East Wars. That's what's exactly happening. I think people are getting complacent, man, and complacence is the enemy. It will get you destroyed in any situation, whether walking down the street or right now. Max Sander, thanks. Joseph, thanks, man. Got your kit together. Good deal, brother. I appreciate it. Good. Always good to help you guys. Make sure you go watch that video from last night, man. I put a lot of effort in that video. At least go watch the video, because I worked on that video, man. It took me like a few hours to edit. I was sweating, and it's not even hot outside. So do me a favor, go watch that video. It's Night Vision Basics 101. It's a good video. At least it's Saturday night. Get some entertainment, Oscar, thanks, man. 35 months. Glad to have you in the tribe. Guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. And let me know your thoughts about, one, the silence, the quiet before the storm. Go watch my video from last night and go pick up you a shirt, lapel dagger, or a bracelet, guys. Remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, and always stay dangerous. Take care.
2, 3. for 2.